When dealing with the clicker that comes at you through the crack in the wall, there are a couple of options. If you picked up a longer melee weapon like a pipe, then you can simply hit it. Most straightforward is to simply shoot its faceplate off and then whack it for the kill.
To a great start.
But if you don't feel comfortable with this, then you can retreat outside and take it out a different way. So I'll just demonstrate that quickly.
Oh shit!
So if you don't feel comfortable hitting the headshot on the clicker, then as soon as the QTE is finished, you'll want to dodge in order to get back to your feet. And then run out. And this gives you more space to take it on. Or alternatively, depending on what weapons you have, you can lure it away. And slip through the crack yourself. In a similar fashion with the next group of infected, there are two ways that you can take them on. One is to very quickly sneak through the gap and grab the first runner in order to strangle it. And then while the second is distracted at the window, sneak through this gap and kill the next runner behind the desk. And then you can wait for the third one. In order to take that by surprise. And this obviously gives you the space to loot if you so wish. And then with the clicker, you can pick up a bottle over here. And then lure it away. In order to sneak past. Alternatively, if you have a bottle to hand, I currently don't because I was demonstrating how to lure away the wall clicker, but you'll try it anyway. If you, either way, you simply run, which obviously alerts everything. And then we can get past them and out the door. Now, if you have a bottle, you don't have to take the long way around. You can simply bottle the clicker and run right past it. But if you don't, then that slightly wider route around the tables will give you that little bit of extra safety while still running. Now, in this small section of Chinatown, if you opt to get the shotgun from inside this shop, then the way to do so involves going past 2 clickers and dealing with a further 3 runners. The most straightforward way to do this is to First of all, have a brick at the ready in case you need a distraction, but ideally we're not going to use it. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for this clicker to come back. And then do its scream. And then we're going to crawl through here and under the gap, which we should have plenty of time to do. And then we can simply leap across. Now, if you want it, up top there's an extra bullet. Or if we've managed to save our brick, if you get caught short or you're not going to have enough time, you can use the brick as a distraction to lure the clickers away. But if you do still have it, it makes the next section somewhat easier, as we simply brick and strike this runner. Pick up our next brick. And then once we get the shotgun, and 2 more runners drop down.
This'll help.
Brick. Strike the first. And then kill the second. If you have momentum, you can do 2 strikes if you've chosen to upgrade at this point. But either way, it's fairly straightforward. If you don't get the shotgun here, then it will spawn for you later on, which I am going to show as we get further into the game. Because it'll spawn for you before the restaurant's holdout, which is when we'll need it. Once we reach the Chinatown sniper section, there are 2 main ways to get through this. Over here is where we want to be headed, but we cannot take a direct path unless we're doing a pure speedrun strat, which comes with a considerable amount of risk. So there are 2 options, the right side and the left side. First, I'll demonstrate the left side, which is considerably slower and potentially riskier in some respects, but it does allow you to get certain loot. So once we drop down here, we want to go straight into crouch and go through this long grass. Before we go up the stairs, we can go behind the counter here, grab a med kit, and then we go up the stairs, vault up here, some more supplies, we can grab a bottle if we need it, and then we're going to crawl. And at this point, there's most of this area will be in potential view of the sniper, so we want to stay in a prone position. We don't want to do anything like prone diving, as we're opening ourselves up to risk. But what we want to do is stay prone and get across to the far left of the grass. Then once we're here, we're waiting for the 2 Seraphites on the square to cross over to up here. If they cross over closer to us, we have to wait longer. If they cross over further away, we can go sooner. So we'll see what they do. It looks like they're crossing further away. If they were crossing over closer, we'd have to wait, because we wouldn't have this grass as cover. And we'd also be at risk, because once they reach where we were, they turn around and survey behind them. so we'd have to move a lot slower to be aware of that. But either way, however long it takes, we want to be over in this grass. And again, stay crawling the entire time. Don't go into a crouch, as the sniper in the window will see you. Especially in this low grass section. And then once we've taken the long way around here, we're going to come to the foot of this truck. And what we're watching for is the guy who's just been peeking out there, because we want to, once he has peeked out and moved around to the next room, we want to basically immediately follow him into where he was. So about here, we should be able to still see him and move quickly. While doing this, there is a risk that the other two may see you and soft alert, but if that happens, you just have to move faster. So, with him gone, we climb up, make sure we stay crouched, and once we're up here, you have the time to get this loot and then continue and make your way up the stairs and out of the level. Alternatively, if we're going down the right side, then what we want to do as we come out of here is immediately sprint into this building. And then if we stop here, we can very quickly grab this pistol, sprint again, then in the grass, do silent prone dives in order to quickly reach across to the shrubbery by this lamppost. And equip a brick, just for safety. Once the two Seraphites have gone past, we can crouch walk around here.
Wolflands are more desolate than I imagined. How could anyone have ever lived here?
We are blessed by our prophet's word. He taught us to
Jumping through the window.
So many monuments to the hexes.
If we soft alert or alert, we will have to run. But if we don't, again, if you do want, you can grab these extra supplies. But otherwise, once you're up here, you can safely run. And even if they alert on you, as long as you've quick enough, you're through and don't have to worry about it. And then, as I mentioned earlier, if you don't pick up the shotgun in the earlier part of Chinatown, it spawns for you right here.
This'll help.
Now, another thing I didn't mention earlier is that there is a holster for a second shotgun if you pick up the hunting pistol just before you go into the Chinatown sniper section. If you pick that up, then you don't get the second long gun holster until after you've completed the restaurant holdout. So whether you've picked up the hunting pistol or not, you don't want to pick up the shotgun holster. It won't spawn if you don't have two guns, but if you do have two shotguns, you don't want to pick it up, because the long gun holster will then spawn here and also just before restaurant. So that's why we don't pick up the shotgun holster early. Now, we don't actually need this yet because we're not going to do any fighting at all in this area. What we're going to do is we're going to drop down, immediately get to a standing position and jog, dodge off the edge in order to land on the lower level, jog around here, and then immediately sprint for the exit. You may take damage, but it doesn't matter as your health will be restored. There are routes that do that slower, which can allow you to pick up some alcohol on the lower level, but there's not really any huge benefit to it. So if you follow the route there and just run straight through, unless you do something horribly wrong, you will survive it. If you enjoyed this video, then give it a like and consider subscribing to keep up to date with all my content. Like the video that's just popped up, which YouTube thinks you should watch next. This is a Patreon and member supported channel, so if you want to become a member and unlock custom badges and emojis, early access to my videos, and your name in the credits, then click the join button below. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.